All right, 198 pounds. Ready for the Backfish weight loss program. 60 miles, and we'll see how many calories later. We'll see what I weigh in when I get home. You won't mind if I lose a few pounds here, will you, sweetheart?
No, no.
Love you, baby.
Love you.
Okay. Here's my food rations for the next 6 days.
Well, just think about it.
I'll see you guys in a week.
Bye-bye.
We love you.
Bye-bye. Love you too.
Bye.
Hopefully I eat something. All right, David. Well, this is the moment where you just smile and enjoy it. I've been planning this trip for so long. It gets a little stressful right up before you leave for a trip like this. I always feel a little guilty leaving the kids, Blue Heron and Rachel, but this is what I do. I love coming out here like this, and there is not more beautiful scenery in Indiana than you're gonna find in this stretch of Sugar Creek. And I base that off all I've seen so far in the first 1,000 feet. It's gorgeous here. It's one of the only rocky bottom streams I'm aware of here, so the water's nice and clear. There are a lot of recreational paddlers out here, so I'm gonna meet a lot of people, but I don't mind that. There are little stretches where you run into a lot of people at certain times of the day, but they're out here for a few hours and then they're gone, and I got the whole river to myself the rest of the time. So it's kind of a nice little change of pace from complete isolation out here. But I do have to start thinking about food right away, and I have to start thinking about fire starting. So I'm gonna be looking for some dry stuff to pack. And other than that, my gosh, look at this day. Oh, and the forecast, if it holds out, 6 days of weather like this. So I might be in for a real treat on this trip. Oh no, this is cool. I was swinging back here hoping for some mushrooms. Look at this. This is part of Shade State Park. There's a trail up at the top. We got a jumper. A lot of smallies in here, that's for sure. Oh, it's a big one. I think I'm definitely not going to get to where I had set my destination for night one. I think I'm going to be running way behind that because I don't know exactly where I'm at, but I'm pretty sure I'm a ways from there. I'm going to guess I'm 4 miles in, and that was 12 miles. What was it, 8? I think it was 8.2 miles into my trip. But I added about a mile because we had to launch upstream first, so. Every time I come out on a long trip like this, I tell myself I'm going to print a map before I go, and I never do it. I'm not exactly sure where I'm at compared to where I was planning to be. And I got a bald eagle. But I think I'm just gonna, since the sun's starting to set, I'm just gonna scout out a good spot to camp. And I think I'm outside of the park now because I've been seeing some signs of private property, so should be a pretty good indicator on I'm good to camp on the sandbars. Inside the park, they have a no camping on the sandbars rule, but as long as you're outside of the park, this is a navigable waterway, so you have up to the high water mark to mill around before it becomes private property. There's a campsite. Yeah, I don't think it goes anywhere. It ends right there. I like collecting stuff while I'm out here. I already got a second oar. And I'm gonna go get a nice, cool stainless steel koozie I just saw. Ah! You stay. That's a fancy one, man. Check that out. I think that's still fizzy. Oh, that's still cold. Shit. Somebody ain't gonna come down and kick my ass for taking her cozy, are they? Whoopsie. So I have been looking for the place where I had planned to camp. It was a spot where the river takes a pretty sharp 90-degree turn to the left. It was a pretty unusual turn, so I've been thinking, man, it's got to come up any time. I'm not certain, but I think this might be it here. So I'm hoping this is it. All right, I think this is it. I think I found camp. It's got a cool echo. Echo, echo. I think we got some deeper water up next to that rock wall. We got some slow slack water, and somebody already got us a oil fire ready to go. So, oh yeah, this is nice. This is good. This is about as deep of water as we have found. Yes, okay. All right, yes. I think this is the spot I found on the map. If it is, there's gonna be a big rock outcropping underneath the water right over in here. Ha ha ha! Yes, sir. Google Earth did me right. Ha ha ha! And there it was. caught a little catfish, with emphasis on little, but he's gonna do the trick tonight. See what I'm saying? Emphasis on little. So tonight it's pawpaws and this little catfish. But, you know, even a little catfish like this actually has a lot of meat on it. So keeping the sand off everything is the biggest challenge out here. Got a rock, got my cooking rock right here, and Mr. Fish is just gonna go right on Mr. Rock. That rock's not preheated. I probably should have preheated it. Fish and a plate. Yum. So, baby wolf spider on me. I'm gonna let that cool down a minute. That rock is pretty hot. Oh yeah. Well, that is good. There may not be much of it here, but I'm gonna make use of every bit of it I can. That's a good little fish right there. That's dinner. Pawpaw wasn't quite ripe. Probably a week or two left on them, I guess, before they're really ready. And one tiny little catfish. So that's dinner. Well, this is it for night one. Good night. Let's have some fun tomorrow.
Not a great night's sleep, but this is what I get to wake up to. Look at that view. Oh, beautiful. A couple catfish last night. I was surprised this one died, the big one. This one's just gonna be for bait since I got two. And this guy's gonna be breakfast.
I have my morning cookware. He doesn't want to lay. He doesn't want to lay like I want him to lay. There we go. That'll do. To grab our fish. Hopefully the spine stays together. All right, he's gonna have to cool down a bit, so. Oh yeah. Look at that. Oh. Oh yeah, that is tender. That is good. Cheek meat right there. Always real good. Just about every fish, that tastes good, that part. I think you can get the eyeball out if you want to. Oh yeah. Oops, did I drop it? Nope, there it is. There we go. Good for you. That's not the good part.
This fish is perfect because I'm gonna need the energy to cover 15 miles today. Get to my site, set up camp. I'm probably not gonna worry about eating or collecting much food today with one exception. In addition to my 15-mile paddle, when I go through Turkey Run, I'm gonna park the kayak, I'm gonna hop off, crawl up into the state park, and I'm gonna hit the trails and see if I can find wild mushrooms. If I can find a patch of mushrooms, that's really gonna bring this meal for the next couple days. I'm gonna have some much better food to eat. So there's a lot of mushrooms coming on in the fall here. There's boletes, there's chicken mushrooms coming on. So if I can find some chicken mushrooms, I'd be super happy. They should pack well. Or anything else. We'll just see what I find. But I'm gonna pack my belly full of this delicious, nutritious fish and get this gear packed up and get out of here. Oh yeah! All right, started day 2. We were paddling along, and I was hoping eventually we'd find some other kind of food here. Check out our luck. See 'em? We're gonna be eating mushrooms tonight. We've got oysters. They may be a little past our prime, but they're gonna do just fine. Yeah, these will be good. A quick rinse off this evening, and that's gonna add a really nice touch to our dinner tonight. So I'm not sure how close I am, but you can usually tell when you're getting close to Turkey Run because you hear music. There's almost always a big party going on down by the creek, especially on Labor Day. I think today's Labor Day. By the way, it's also my anniversary, so you'd think I'd be in trouble for being out here, but neither Rachel nor I realized it until we were launching the kayaks yesterday. So happy anniversary, sweetheart. Thanks for being the best wife ever. Didn't know what you're doing, buddy.
What are you doing?
I don't know, 10 or 12 miles I'll be in the park. It'll be a little crazy. There'll be a lot of paddlers. It's kind of fun. I like the experience of it. But a lot of good scenery in here too, so I'm not so isolated right now. Once I get on the next leg, it should be really isolated.
I don't give a shit. You got 14 fishing bowls on this motherfucker.
I foraged this, right? Thanks for the pull, brother. You might drink out of it?
Bro.
Hey, camera's right here, man.
Oh, you actually got a camera.
Fuck yeah, man. This is going on YouTube, man.
What up?
You bet this is going in there.
He don't know either. Hey,
So this is foraging in the park.
Are you for real?
Fuck yeah, dude. Look, I got mushrooms back here. I got
When you said mushrooms.
Not your random
not that
mushroom
kind.
bag.
Not the silver
Oh.
no, sorry. What's your name, man?
Darren.
Darren? I'm
Yeah.
Darren.
Right on, man. You want
Yeah.
another one?
Yeah, sure. What the hell, man? If you don't
Fuck
mind
it,
sharing.
Right on, man.
Hey, man. Well, nice to meet you,
Hey, that was
Darren.
dope.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well,
you
full-
actually doing this.
Yeah, dude. I'm not eating. I'm not doing anything I can't catch. Fine, man. Fortunately, I got a good breakfast. Big channel cat I caught last night. So
Hey, if I don't see me on there, I'm gonna be like,
look for.
I'm gonna put rocks on your canoe.
You know what? Change of plans. Look at all them people up there. They're all on that trail. There's no way I'm going on that. No way.
I was trying, but I kind of paddle faster.
Hey, I'll just get out and run, man. Oh, I'd eat you in a heartbeat, pigeon. But I don't think I'm allowed to. Now that would be a fun little toy. And now I'm just gonna chill out for a while, paddle my butt off. So we just passed the takeout for the Sugar Creek paddlers, so I'll be by myself from here on. My social time is over. No more shots with strangers. So this is how I spend the bulk of every long kayak paddle I go on. And it's the thing I forget the most. I never remember this part of it, where I just lay back, I chill out, I keep the paddle moving, but I'm not really working too hard, and I just watch the scenery go by. And it's beautiful. You got perfect day for this. And every now and then I'll see a mushroom, see fish on the water moving around, turtles on the logs. Never friendly. They always jump in the water and ignore me. Echo! 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 That's a good one. Echo! Oh! And it's over. Break. I need to get out of the kayak. I want to sit up on this rock and maybe take a nap. Check this smooth rock out right here. Oh. Oh. There's never been a better place for a nap when you needed one than this.
Holy cow, this is perfect. Ah. Getting a little windy. I got blue skies over there and over there. I don't think there's any storm coming. Ooh, it's pretty though, isn't it? Look at these. Let's go back to the boat. We got berries. You know, just that little handful of berries I ate, just that fast, gave me just a little touch of sugar, a little bit of energy. I feel good. The thing with these you have to be careful of. If they're not turned completely purple, you can't eat them. You gotta pick those out. You also don't want to eat too many of them fresh. Once you cook them, they have some bad stuff in the seeds. It's released once you cook them. So you can eat a handful of them fresh for some energy, but all in all, you're better off cooking these. Now, for the short-term energy boost, they're worth it, but frankly, the flavor is enough to discourage most people from eating very many of these at once, so it's never really too much of a concern. The flavor improves drastically once they're cooked. They have a little sugar added and diluted. The next covered bridge on our tour of the covered bridges of Sugar Creek, the Jackson Bridge. At least I think that's what it's called. Anybody in there? Looks like Aaron may have just got him a new canoe. Hello? Sugar Valley. It's a rental. That's hilarious. You know what? I feel like having a break. I don't want to sit in this, I don't want to sit in the kayak anymore. This thing will be better on my back. Oh, did you see what I just did? I put my paddle in there and I pushed the canoe. I'm smart. Oh, come on now. Check this out. Oh man, you know, for what it's worth, kayaking it's more agile, and I like that the body of the kayak keeps my gear dry. Canoes are way better. Sitting upright in a canoe,
10 times better than paddling a kayak. Oh yeah, I'm finishing the trip in style now. I got 2 boats. Of course, the extra drag is gonna suck, but whatever. I'm taking this boat home. Call the folks at Sugar Creek and ask them how they want to handle this. I got a new canoe, I got a new canoe. It floated here without anybody in it. I got a new canoe, I got a new canoe. Here it is, it's my canoe, I got a new canoe. Well, wherever I camp tonight, I'm gonna need something to cook on, so I like the way this rock looks. Well, we might just want to clean that off a bit before we take her on board. Alright, these berries are in perfect condition. Oh, don't be a channel right here now. What are you doing to me? Oh, yeah. That's great. They're a little, maybe a pinch dirtier than the others, but we're going to grab more berries. Because why not, right? Well, as seems to be the pattern, I'm getting get to the campsite late. I don't have much time to set up camp, but I've got it already decided I'm going to stay in this location multiple days, 2 or 3 days. I'll decide as things go. I've got a couple of things I want to do here. I want to set up a little rock stove, and it's like this site has everything, but none of it's easy. I've got firewood, but it's all the way down there. I've got rocks, but I'm going to have to bring them from over there. Fortunately, I now have a canoe, which is like a barge for hauling rocks, so I can do it. And this site has one other really key important element that is special to me, and that is over here in this deep pool, there is a GoPro hidden out there underneath the water. And if I search real hard, I'm really hoping I can find it. It's been down there for 3 months, waiting for the water levels to get low. Or 2 months, maybe. Anyway, it would mean a lot to me if I could recover it. I lost it, obviously, and it was a sad day for me. So hope GoPro Hero 9 award if I can, manage to get really lucky out here. But other than that, I better start getting camp set up. I'm gonna lose light real quick, but I do have berries. I have mushrooms. I ended up finding a fawn mushroom here as I was passing a log. I didn't have a battery charge, so I think the fire is gonna go there. All right. Ta-da! Tent da! The tent is up. Well, I got a lot of work to do, but I'm gonna shut the camera down for this evening. And because it's gonna get dark and the video is worthless anyway, so I'm gonna be working on getting this camp set up though, and I'm really excited about showing you tomorrow what kind of things I've been really wanting to do out here. Because up to this point, I've been putting in all the work just for this moment to get out here and be able to try to catch some fish, see if I can preserve them. I mean, because I really don't know if this is gonna work or not. I'm trying something. It's a little bit rooted in old school methods, and it's a little bit just something I'm kind of inventing, which is probably how they originally came up with it, old days anyway. But well, see how it goes. I'm gonna munch on some elderberries this evening and go to bed early. Got a lot of work to do tomorrow. Well, this is the start of day 3. Last night, the fishing didn't go very good. That's my big concern right now is I really was counting on this spot for fish because I caught channel cats here before. So I had my poles out all night last night and didn't get a single hit. So I did find a nice little grocery store over here. So I got all kinds of edibles. I'm not gonna go hungry, I'll find food, but I really want some fish. The other big project I have to do today is I wanna build something to cook on. So there's some nice flat rocks around the corner here. I'm gonna have to take the barge over there and pick up a bunch of flat rocks. I'm gonna try to build something right here to cook on, because really what I want to do is I want to try dehydrating or smoking fish out here. So catfish isn't the normal fish you'd want to do that with, but well, it's what I got, so let's give it a try. This is camp right now. I got a clothes drying rack put up last night, got a little rack to hang my fishing gear and some stuff on. Nice pile of firewood and my tent. That's about it so far. It may not look like much work, but it felt like a lot of work last night when I was doing it about 2 a.m. So. Oh, and one other thing I'm gonna try today is I noticed up on top of this hill here is oak trees mostly. So usually where there's oak trees, there's mushrooms. So I'm gonna go give it a shot and see if I can get up there, and maybe I'll get lucky and find a chicken mushroom up on top of that hill. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Rock time. Oh, yeah. Here are my rocks. And it looks like I'll even have a place to stand. That's awesome. All right.
See how soft it is? Just breaking it apart pretty easily, so we'll see how it handles sitting next to the fire. It'll either make it harder or it'll bust them all to pieces. Only way to find out. Rock load number 1. Well, I've never done this before, so let's see how it goes. Here's the finished product. Well, not 100% finished. If I wanted to get real crazy, I would fill in all the gaps with clay, and I do have a big clay deposit over here by this shale wall. But I am gonna choose to not do that because I only have so much time. That would probably take me the rest of the day to fill this thing in. And I need to catch fish. Right now, the poles have caught nothing sitting here at this location, and that's concerning me a little bit because I really want some fish. So probably my next priority is going to be lighting the fire in this bad boy, because I have to see this thing burning. And also it'll dry the stone out and crack off some of the dirt and mud, and then I can wash it off after it burns out a little bit. And then I'm going to go out and I'm going to catch some fish, because I'm going to be really hungry if I don't catch some fish, and so far they're not making it easy. So the idea would be I can set stuff all the way up on the top or even above it, and I can hang it on sticks to smoke. I could set it on top to have to just dehydrate, and I can put things inside here towards the back to really cook. So this should give me a lot of flexibility But also, if it rains, it keeps my coals from all going out so fast. So I'm excited. So all I have left for fish, I have this body of a catfish that I'm using for bait. That's all I got left. So I really need to go catch some fish now. I'm gonna let this thing just warm up, and after it gets good burn in, I'll try to kind of wash some of the crap off of it and see what we can do from there. All right, I got that cooking, so I'm gonna head out in the yak, see if I can catch some fish. And if not, I'll just come back and I'll make stinging nettle elderberry lamb's quarter soup. Sounds yummy. Well, I'm going up to the top of the hill to see if I get real lucky and find a chicken mushroom. The good news is I completely forgot I have those mushrooms from yesterday, so I still have some oyster mushrooms and a fawn mushroom over there. And I think I'll just mix up a soup with some mushrooms and salt. And that's probably as good as I'm gonna get to eat today, because the fishing is terrible. Maybe the bait's not the freshest. I don't know, maybe if I find some worms, I'd have better luck. That was what I was using last time. So I'll dig around, poke around, see what I see up at the top of the hill, and maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be something to eat up there. And here's a good sign. These are a little small, but there's some oysters. So I'm just gonna leave them alone and keep heading on up the hill. Well, no mushrooms up here, but I did manage to find a pretty good view. So I'm just taking it in and enjoying it, and I'll be heading back down. Well, here I am on the way back, and I peek over and I think, oh, there's a couple of little oysters, young. Then you keep circling the tree and I just keep getting more and more and more. They're still pretty small, but I'm gonna collect these because that's enough to do something with. Okay, time to eat. Fish are not biting. I'm not gonna be able to count on fish today, so I am gonna come over here and do a little shopping for a soup. So what I'm looking for are lamb's quarters and stinging nettle. Lamb's quarters. Ah, there we go. Jackpot. I was hoping these would be here. Figured they would. These are actually pretty tasty, just like that. And the younger the plant is, the better. And this one's already seeding, but you know what? Who cares? There we go. These are pretty. Oh, there's the other thing we're gonna look for. Stinging nettle, and a bunch of it, and that's young, yay. But I spotted these a second ago, more of our lamb's quarters. And I am only going to be using the leaves off these. The stalk's edible. I don't know. Just woody. It might impart some flavor, but I'm not worried about that. These are pretty nutritious plants. And my goal on this trip was to not die out here, so I am going to try to put some food in my stomach. Now the fun part, the stinging nettle. But I have a secret stinging nettle harvesting tool I brought with me. My oven mitt. Well, this is a non-stinging nettle here. That'll do. It's just me, so. Well, that's a lot easier than the stinging stuff. Yeah, now there's the stinging kind. You can see the spikes on its stem. We got a little of that in there. If you're gonna harvest it barehanded, pinch the leaf over like this. And this is the best way I found to do it. Okay, it's soup time.
And my lamb's quarter. Oh, there's the stinging nettle. Oh, let's just be brave. There we go. Just got a windy day today. Got my little mushrooms going in the soup, and I've got some mushrooms from yesterday that are going to go in the soup. I did some reading on these nettles that don't have a sting to them, and I'm not going to put them in the soup just because I'm not 100% certain exactly what they are, but I'm 99% certain it's a nettle and it's edible. But when in doubt, when you're this far out, best to leave it alone. If it stung me, I'd have felt fine about it. But the fact that that has no sting, and I know there are nettles that don't sting, I just don't know about them. I don't know much about them. Perfect little soup mushrooms here. There's a fungus growing underneath that one that's orange. I usually pick that stuff off if I ever see it. I don't know, I need to ID it someday and make sure it's edible, but I just pick it off. A little water for our soup. Well, the top was really more for smoking, so I had to put this down here to get it to boil. I had to put it up underneath directly on the fire. But soup's cooking. Now that we had a nice rapid boil, now I moved it up top for kind of like a simmer. I'm going to let it sit up there for 10 minutes or so, and then I'm going to eat it. Actually smells pretty nice. Not bad. A little bit more salt. See some lamb's quarter. Let's try that. Oh, that's really good. It's like a firm spinach. The wild greens, you gotta wait. Always wait till the aftertaste. You think it's good, and then the aftertaste hits you like 30 seconds later, and you're like, whoa. But that's not bad. The lamb's quarter don't have a bad aftertaste. Neither does the stinging nettle. It's nice to eat some. Oyster mushroom. Oh, really? I'm surprised I struck out fishing here. Well, somehow a little sand found its way into the bowl. I think it was on the oyster mushrooms. I didn't rinse them. Very good. So here's kind of where my mind is at. I think I don't know that I have the energy to set up another camp for the long haul, so I think from here on out I'm just going to make time and head back to, since I've got 40 miles to go to get to Terre, Haute. I think I'm just going to get back quick. Might get me back a little bit early to see the kids. I need to filter water. I definitely need to filter water. I need to get all my jugs full this afternoon. So I'll probably do that after I eat. I might take a nap here after I eat. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. It smells like pie. This is just elderberries boiled in water. A little sugar would be phenomenal. But you know what? It's going to give me some energy. It's not bad, it's just a little bitter from the elderberries. It's got a wonderful smell though, so I guess I can smell it. And it stains your fingers purple, which is kind of cool. You mentioned some sugar would be alright in this. But I'm pooping purple after this. So I've got this Haute water filter. It's a ceramic filter. It can filter bacterial level, so it can make clean drinking water from, you know, river water without being boiled. But when using it, I will tell you, it will clog up quickly if you put water that has this much sediment into it. So I pre-filter it through, today I'm using my sleeves from my green shirt that I cut off. So I'm gonna pre-filter through the green cotton sleeves, and then I'll run it through the Haute filter. Take my empty bottle and I'll shove the sleeve, so it's 2-ply right down in there. And then I'll just sit here and scoop water into it. This takes a little time. I don't mind doing it, but I definitely don't, I don't know, I guess it's kind of fun to just sit here in the water, you know? See it going through the cotton. And you can, usually see a pretty notable difference in the clarity after the cotton pre-filter. All right, so now I've got another empty jug. So I'll run a tube from the pre-filtered water and fill this jug. But you got one tube that comes in a sterile bag and one that doesn't when you get this thing. The one that doesn't is for the dirty water sides. There is a sediment filter on here to help, but like I said, it doesn't really do a whole lot. This is the filter housing body. It just pumps like this, and they were nice enough to have one of these say out on it, I think. Pre-filtered water goes in the side. Now when you start, you should always pump a little bit. There it goes. So you should always run a little bit of water through it first to get started, just to make sure you clear anything out of the hose that may be dirty in there. I usually do this on a steep sandbar, so I can set both the jugs up on the sand, but not today. One jug kind of dedicated to the dirty water. I don't use that jug anymore. I only use it for pre-filtering. So I'm down. So that's why I brought 2 jugs originally, so I would have one to pump into. Finally, I'm almost been fishing here 24 hours and got my first channel cat. Caught him on a toad. So whatever, man, whatever I caught you on, it's all right. Whatever you guys are hungry for. I'm gonna go get more toads. The fish is smoking in the new smoker thingy grill that I made. If I don't find some more toads, I'm not catching any more fish. I think I'm gonna get a storm tonight. I can hear a lot of thunder rumbling off in the distance. So, put my little tent to the test. My first rain out, and looks like I'm eating fish in a tent. So, the rain is getting ready to cut loose. I thought it was gonna, and then it kind of backed off. That's the best catfish I've had on this trip. That's smoking, slow cooking it like I did. Very good. Oh yeah. Happy. That's it for me. I'll see you in the morning. One last morning on this beautiful sandbar here, and I'm all packed up and I'm getting ready to head downstream. Today's the last day I'll be in Sugar Creek. From here on out, I'll be in the Wabash. And my plan all along was to catch enough fish to kind of smoke and dry some fish to have once I got in the Wabash, because frankly, I don't really like fishing out there and I don't want to set up big camps, so I kind of planned on just once I hit the Wabash, I'm making a mad dash for home. And unfortunately that plan hasn't changed, so that basically means all I have to eat for this 40-mile kayak paddle home is a sack of elderberries and a couple of oyster mushrooms left over. It's been an awesome trip down Sugar Creek. I'd never seen this part of it all through from Shades to here. I was really only familiar with the part through Turkey Run, but it's really wonderful. The area from Shades to Turkey Run, absolutely some of the most beautiful streams I've ever seen in Indiana. Once you get downstream from Turkey Run, it starts to look a little bit more like the White River and like an Indiana stream does. A little cloudy, a lot of farmland, a lot of tilled soil, a little clay in the soil, so it tends to, keep the water cloudy. All right, I am looking forward to seeing the kiddos. It may look like I'm leaving a little camp set up there, but it's just rocks and sticks. And I am leaving a little camp there because I might be back. This is one of those types of locations where the only footprints I've ever seen out here are mine. I did leave with a little bit of trash in a bag that I picked up off the sandbar, but every bit of that trash had floated downstream. It didn't look like it was from campsites. It looked like it was just left from high water. So for all intents and purposes, I've never seen signs of another soul coming out to this spot. Reason being, it's really hard to get to. So, by the way, having two boats has its perks. It's actually way easier now to access the stuff that's in my kayak, because I can just grab it and bring it up alongside. I don't have to reach behind me. This is way easier. So thanks to the good folks at Sugar Valley who loaned me this canoe for this trip. So kind of them to just send it downstream and be waiting for me there. I thought about it too, and I said, well, you know what? When I get home, I'm going to contact the owner at Sugar Valley and see if they want their canoe back, and I'll find a way to get it back to them. So I will return this canoe to its rightful owner, but it'll have seen quite an adventure before it gets there, because we got a 40-mile paddle ahead of us. They probably won't be too happy I waited till I was in Terre, Haute to call them and tell them I have it. Maybe they'll just let me have it. This is the end of Sugar Creek, and that is the Wabash River right out there. So Wabash looks pretty gentle right now. I was actually, look at these guys, look at these carp. Size of that grass carp. There's another big one. Goodbye Sugar Creek. Hello Wabash. Now, what the real surprise for me at the moment is the water clarity is better in the Wabash than it was on the lower portion of the Sugar Creek. Certainly didn't expect that, but must have had to do with local rain. Yeah, the wind might be what kind of plays with me out here, because I don't have any weight in front of this canoe. Crosswinds are a real pain to keep the canoe oriented. Having the drag behind us will probably help. But you really don't eat much when you're out here. I've had enough nutrition to be healthy. I ate a fish last night. I've been munching on these elderberries I have. I even got some stinging nettle and some lamb's quarters. But what's funny is you'd think by day 3 or 4 of eating like that, where you don't really have, you know, I'm eating a fraction of the calories I usually do. When I'm at home, it's hard. I'll be hard pressed to say how many calories I eat, but I probably easily eat 2,000 calories a day, which is more than I should. But when I get out here, I'll bet it drops to 500 a day. And I'm exerting myself constantly. And the first 2 days of that, I feel exhausted, I feel tired, and you would think you would just degrade from there. But on day 3, what usually happens is you start to feel stronger, and you're not really hungry. It's like my body's saying, all right, we're good, we've adjusted to this new way of things, and the hunger subsides, as long as I keep myself well hydrated. Honestly, at this point, I probably can go with eating very little for quite a while. I don't know how long, but I know, you know, I've got a pretty long paddle ahead of me, so I'm at least gonna have a couple of days more to do this. Oh, I can see the tears now. Mom, I lost my balloon! The Montezuma Bridge. Complete with a tent for overnight camping. Maybe that's where I should stay tonight. All right, this bridge is also in Montezuma, but this is a retired rail bridge. It's been converted into a pedestrian bridge. So you can go on, there's a little path, a little place you can park, and a little path, you can go across it. I think you can walk down the rail line a little bit after it. So pretty cool bridge. It's weird walking across it because it's like a high rail steel or iron bridge, whatever that is, and you can't see over. You're walking through in this trough until you get to the last section, and then you can look over and see the river. But it's real bizarre when you walk through this bridge in these first 3 sections because you're in, you know, you have high walls you can't see over. Here's one of the few islands on the Wabash. There's a hand, probably I think 3 or 4 of them between here and Terre, Haute. I'll probably hop off and take a break here. I don't know if this island has a name or not, so I'm gonna name it. Look how far it is. I can see better than a mile here. That's the thing that's a little maddening about this part of the paddle, is it's just seems like you're going forever, and before you find a bend or find something that's different. It's just like the same terrain. And thank goodness I have the wind, the current, and my paddle all pushing me in the same direction. When I've had a headwind, if I had a headwind coming into one of these long stretches, I think it'd be very disheartening because it slows you down enough to make a difference. But with the current and the wind pushing me in the same direction, it helps out a lot. A little passenger on the boat. I have a very welcome sight up ahead. 2 bridges are coming up. One's a rail bridge, one's a road bridge. That means we're very close to Clinton. Which is about halfway home, honestly. Well, this guy just jumped in the boat, landed right on top of my fishing pole, bounced my favorite orange fishing pole out into the water, and I lost it. That's the 5th fishing pole I have lost this year. So, and that was a special one. That one was dear to me. I don't know if this is even remotely possible this late in the day, but I passed Clinton and it's 20 miles to Terre Haute. I am paddling my butt off because if I could get home and see the wife and family tonight, that would be really awesome. I would have completed all my objectives out here, as well as would have made the absolute hands down longest paddle in one day I've ever made in my life. So I'm putting an oar to the water and I am hustling. If there's any way I can make this happen, I want it to. I know it's, I think, exactly 22 miles from the Clinton launch to the Fairbanks launch, which means I need to go 5 miles an hour. I think it's about 5 o'clock. I really have no idea what time it is. But if I go 5 miles an hour,
I'll make it back tonight. So I am really hustling it, trying to accomplish that. My motivation is 3 things. I want to see my wife, see my kids, and I want a big meal when I get home. One landmark over here, that's the mouth of Brulette Creek. So I was considering that as a spot to maybe camp, but no, I'm going for broke, baby. You know, one thing that's eating the Asian carp. Also said when I pass this island, I'm gonna give myself a berry break. I haven't eaten anything all day, so I probably need to at least snack on some berries for a second. Let me get the yak up here. Come here, girl. There they are. Still munching on the same elderberries. In fact, enough I can eat very many of them this time. Enough to give me some sugar. Well, the Asian carp are gonna get real bad here in the end. Dusk is always the worst. I'm so tired. My arms are burning, my back's aching. My back's probably gonna be cramping tonight. I'm almost to the Tecumseh ramp. And that's a decision point for me. I gotta make a decision there. Am I gonna camp or am I gonna charge on? And I know what I wanna do, but I need to kind of glance at the map and remind myself how far it is from Tecumseh to Fairbanks. Because, oh man, I'm bushed. And I really don't want to be doing this after dark. Although at least if I do have some of it after dark, at least it's the part I'm most familiar with, the Terre Haute run of the Wabash. I'm pretty familiar with that area. I've navigated it at night on my John boat all the time, so I guess what's the difference? The difference is I don't want to get hit by these damn carp. I don't mind it when they jump in the John boat. I don't like it in the canoe so much. Here's the Tecumseh boat ramp. And I am gonna check what time it is. Make sure we're making the right decision here. 7:44. Okay. Hey, beautiful. Hey, do we have bacon?
Bacon. No bacon, no.
No bacon. Got sausage?
I don't think we have any sausage either. I just got it today.
Can you meet me at Fairbanks Park in 2 hours?
Yeah, are you gonna be there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, then I'll see you and
What?
9:47?
Yeah, 9:45. Hey, if you think of a way to pick up bacon in the meantime, you should totally do it.
Okay, alright, we'll do.
Okay, all right, love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Okay, let's beast it. I don't know how many miles it is, but I am ready to be home. This rail bridge is just north of the power plant, or rather west of the power plant. The closed down power plant here, and I don't know if this is Tecumseh or Terre Haute, but it's right on the edge. Can't see much of it. There's the old power plant. Hard to see with the lighting the way it is, but pretty much just a shell now. I am still beasting it as hard as I can. I'm probably 3 or 4 miles from Fairbanks still. This will be about the last light where the camera will work, so figured I would touch base here for the video. Rachel's meeting me, and I have to get there, so I'm going to be finishing the last legs, the last few miles of this paddle in the dark. So, woohoo! Wish me luck. Alright, so I have somebody special here to pick me up. Fairbanks Park, I made it. 60 miles,
3 days.
4 days.
Was it 4?
Yeah, launch Sunday. It's Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
So 4 days, 60 miles. And somebody went and got some bacon for me because I am dying for a meal. Nothing but forage the whole time. So I am ready for a good meal.
Good.
And a night in my bed. 185.6, not holding the camera. 185.6. I was 198 when I left. I got a new weight loss program for you. 60 miles in a kayak in 4 days, eating nothing but forage food. Lose like 15 pounds.